Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Axon Evolved, and before we get into this video a little bit more, I want to let you guys all know I'm planning on starting up streaming again. So if you want to see me play this, couple of the games on Twitch, I'll have the link to my Twitch account down below. And if you're not subscribed to me here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you see when I put all my new videos out, and you just keep up to date with everything that's going on. So let's get back to this video. So the last episode, we got this system set up a little bit more. So we have the ability to be creating imbued missiles fairly, I think it was, 6 every 15 seconds, so about 24 a minute. But we're not quite done with this system yet. We're not out of the woods, so to speak. So a couple things need to happen. Number one, this is being fed right now by whatever I had put into this hopper, just some basic missiles I had on my inventory, but this is going to run out fairly quickly, and normally that wouldn't be a problem because we're just going to be creating new missiles, except we are still kind of short in our gold supply. You can see I filled the system up a little bit to just kind of jumpstart it, but that's not really enough to sustain this. So what I want to do, so if we look over here in the tier 2 crafting area, you'll see we have this gold line right here. Now this one gold line kind of serves two different purposes. It goes and makes gold foil, and it also overflows into the alloyed machine block crafter. So that's kind of spoken for, but you notice this other one, and if you've been watching this series long enough, you might remember what this was originally for. This line is set up to go out into our research facility, into the research pod maker and all that. The only thing is we're completely done with all of our research, so this line as of right now is completely untapped. So if we come out here, we see that this yellow obviously, this gold line, this outer one, is just not really being utilized right now. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to actually maybe I'll put a turntable. That might be what I do, or I put just a hopper here. Now the hopper is not the greatest solution for when you're trying to split between two belts, but this isn't really going to be used for anything. So actually I might just divert it outright, hop over these belts, and then run along this backside to eventually meet up with where our iron is going, and maybe hop some, because those are already bars, right? So if I hop these belts right here and kind of just connect up onto this line, this is where it needs to end up, right? So maybe if I just do some kind of logistic magic and hop over these belts and just have it come in right here, that would then get this system going, right? That'll make sure that we're producing missiles constantly, and we're producing really a lot more missiles than we were. Then we'll have to let that run and kind of see how. I'm pretty sure these systems, the ore, once I have that extra gold in here, that'll balance itself out no problem. Then the only thing I really worry about is I don't know how efficient this system is at creating fuel. Like, I don't know if I can make the refined liquid resin fast enough using just these 3 machines, but we'll have to kind of play that around and play with that and see kind of what the logistical output of that is. But none of that can really get going. You notice everything's not moving right now. And if you notice, that's because we have so much lithium on the belt here. So we need to figure out some kind of lithium sink or something to that effect, because there's lithium all the way down over there. So what I'm thinking, right now our lithium is really only being used for charged lithium coils, which we have a 500 slot hopper right here, which is full. So a couple options. If we make more charged lithium coils, maybe we can put Spider Bro down somewhere over here, maybe set his pad back up and hook up the charged lithium coils to just a hopper for him so he can constantly charge. But I don't know if that's the only thing that uses lithium outright. I think, yeah, if we look at some of the recipes here, I might actually be able to set up like a power storage block chain, to get these essentially auto crafting. That looks like it wouldn't be too big of a deal, and I really only use the Mark III power storage blocks anyway, So I could set up something where I eventually, have just another hopper over here that just has Mark III batteries. In fact, I wonder if the Mark III laser energy transmitters take those too. Let's just take straight up alloyed machine blocks. Okay, so really it's just the batteries. Yeah, looks like it's just the batteries. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do. First things first, so I want to hook the gold line right up to here and then connect these outputs so that these missiles, when they're produced, are going to where they need to go. And you can see that thing's all out of missiles, and we've got, what, 316 plasma imbued missiles. Now, this is not where this journey ends. I'm still kind of toying with the idea of how I'm going to get the Falcor drops for the stingers, the pristine stingers, so I can make armor piercing. But at the same time, I don't want all of these to be turned into armor piercing. I think I want a mix. I don't know if that's a great idea. I don't know if there's any advantages to doing that. So if you guys know whether or not it's worth it to invest heavily in purely armor piercing, or if I should keep a mix, let me know down below, and I'll take a look at that and kind of figure out what we need to do, because right now I'm thinking about, I don't know, I guess kind of making another crafting area in this general vicinity where I have the Falcor drops kind of come down into a central area. I don't know, maybe even like right here, like get the Falcor drops beaming underground and keeping like the random stuff and getting rid of the other pristine parts. You can even macerate those too, so I'll do a little bit more research into what bug parts actually are used in recipes and what are just extra, and the extra ones we can just go ahead and macerate, you know what I mean? And then the ones we can use, we will get set up, and then all the ruined stuff will turn into recombined organic matter, and it's just one big happy system. So let's go get that gold working, and I'll meet you guys when that's ready. Alright, so now we got the gold actually flowing over here. So let me show you guys how I decided to kind of run that. So we're actually back here in the tier 2 research pod assembly room, and you guys might have remembered this from when we were doing a ton of research. I figured I already had the gold all the way over here, so all I did is I just kind of diverted it to go out this wall right here, and then it literally just follows the iron ore here, and it hooks right back up to the gold wire crafter. And now, where is it? Right here. And so now this whole system is automated. You know, it's making the gold wire, it's filling up hoppers, like we're good to go. So now what I want to do is replace this setup and hook everything up how it's supposed to be. Alright, just like that, we got the missiles, the first batch of missiles flowing in there that is auto crafted from over here. So now everything is going to kind of do its job, and we'll see the outputs, and this will start to fill up automatically. So that's good. As of right now, our missile system is completely automated. And if you notice, this is a much bigger footprint than what we were dealing with that little room over there. And hopefully it produces missiles faster than we can really use them. And one of the benefits of using these smaller hoppers is that we're not going to get too much stuff on the lines. So if these are working faster than the imbuers are, then it just backs up into these small hoppers and it doesn't burn through all of our resources ASAP. So now the next big thing I need to do, I need to figure out what is this lithium sink that I'm going to do. So let me go kind of scope out some areas and kind of try a couple things and see what produces kind of the quickest results. Alright, so I decided to throw Spider Bro's little base down right here, and I chose this spot for a number of reasons. Number one, it's on the same line as where the charged lithium coils are going right now. So I guess I have an option. I could just run a belt straight back there, which would probably look fine, but I kind of want to see like what is under this. Is this a wall of some building, some room? Let me go down there and look. Okay, and so what's amazing about this is I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's the hopper right there. That is right off of our tier 1 room right here. So we've already got stuff right here. So what I can do, I think I'll just throw a hopper down right there. So that'll fill up, and then I can literally just siphon off this way, and I'll just kind of hop over, you know. Let me see. I got to figure out how I'm going to place this. All right, so we got these running along the ceiling now. Now I was having a little bit of issue with this wall right here. So let's go take a look and see if we can figure out some way of making this work. Oh, and I think the only way I'm going to be able to make this work, I need to do something a little like crazy with it. Let me get up here. I think I'm going to have to. In fact, let me just build something to stand on. So what I think I need to do, I think I'm going to need to go up like this, have that go in that way, and then do something like this and like that. Okay, so that works. It's a little ugly, but it's going to be using a lot of lithium, hopefully. So we'll give that some time to do its thing, and we'll kind of see how that's affecting the supply line. So it's definitely not moving things fast enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to produce some essentially artificial demand. I'm going to throw these hoppers in there, and this will give somewhere for the lithium to go into while it needs to be used. The problem is that our lifts are actually kind of too efficient. They bring up stuff too quick to the point where the other stuff doesn't have a chance to feed in there, right? So hopefully this kind of helps draw some of this ore in and gets that moving. Obviously the other thing we can do is maybe set up something for batteries so that we can get those rocking and rolling. But for now, yeah, let's take a look at those batteries and see if we might be able to use those to kind of build up some demand for this lithium. So it looks like those buffers I added are actually doing something. I think that there is, yeah, see, this has already gone down and come back up. It's very efficient, and it's not going down that deep. So you can't see it, but it looks like Spider Bro is here waiting for stuff. And as soon as it gets in there, he's charging up. So it's only 500 per charged lithium coil. So this will take a while to fill up. Now my only thing is I don't think this production is going fast enough. Yeah, if we look, we've only got one of these things going. So another option, we could try to triple this up, but the charger itself isn't. That's 7 seconds for one, right? So it's not going fast enough to use the lithium fast enough. So another option is to figure out, you know, where could we grab some more lithium from? Or I wonder if I put one right here, if I could feed it with belts. Let me see. Oh, you know, the other option is, or the other issue is that we need, actually, you know what? Let's do this. If I put it right here, right? I mean, this is kind of gross, but it should work, right? So if we just remove only here and add only there, and we can do something like this. I mean, it's not super efficient, but I mean, it should be twice as fast, right? It's doing everything we need it to. You know, the thing is, I until that fills up, I think this belt is drawing from both of those. So, I mean, that's not ideal. But once that's filled, then this should start to take it, right? Yeah, this is not the best way of doing this, I don't think. Maybe I should reconfigure this right now to incorporate two of those. In fact, I think I'm going to do that real quick. All right, so something like this should be a little bit more efficient at doing what it needs to do. So now I just essentially just move this over a little bit so that this line would directly feed into there and this line would directly feed into there. They're still going off the same battery and they're still eventually outputting to the same source. So in fact, I think I even have some of these on here. We can kind of, you know, help this out. Another option, right? These are still slow. Like, this is still a slow process. So what I can do, actually, let me think here. What I would want to do is have something. I don't want these two hoppers. You know what? It'll be fine. If I do something like this, right? I set that to share on, and I put one right here. right? I could pretty much double this up. I don't have another coiler. I need to make a coiler. But if I make 2 more coilers, essentially if I do this and this, right, and then I just have these turn in like so, I'm pretty sure that'll work. And then I just do like that, right? The only thing is, do these output onto the belt? They do. Okay, so this will essentially get rid of all of this stuff kind of as quick as it can come in, because these take 5, right? So I think it could pull it fast enough. I mean, it looks like it's our production is definitely increasing. So there's one lithium sink right there, and we have enough lithium production that this is not really an issue. I don't know if, well, actually, I guess this will fill up fast enough. I don't think this is ever going to get more than 5 because these are set to share as opposed to a belt in between them. I would love to put this hopper right here, but you can't feed a hopper directly through a logistics grommet. That would make things flow a little bit better, but, you know, it is what it is. I guess I could do something like that, right? That would make sure that this one fills up. It's kind of, I don't know. It is what it is. Okay, so here's one sink of lithium, but I found another one that I forgot that I'd set up before. So a while back, we needed these things. These are the ultimate upgrade modules, right? And these were the things that took just a ridiculous amount of tier 2 material and also charge lithium coils, right? So if it comes down to it, right, we could always turn this line back on. And I think right now I have it so that none of the titanium frames are going in, right? So if we have to, I can make it so that we turn this back on. It'll kind of suck our tier 2 resources though, because it takes a ton, because we have to make these things too, the alloyed upgrade modules, and these take 10 gold foil, 10 secondary, 10 titanium for 1, right? And then this ultimate upgrade module needs 10 of those. So it's just kind of a ridiculous amount of stuff. But if we have to, there's another lithium sink. I was looking at the batteries again. I don't know why I thought the Mark III batteries took lithium. They don't. Mark I batteries take lithium, which you can then turn into Mark II. But I'm not really using Mark II batteries. I mean, there's not really a point for me anymore to be using that kind of stuff when Mark III batteries work just fine. So if it comes down to the point where we need a sink for another sink for lithium, like if Spider Bro ends up not taking enough power, then that's going to be our only option. Worst case scenario, we can just set lithium to macerate. This extra lithium, we could just have it go macerate itself. But let's take a look at how things are running. All right, so I just saw a little bit of movement, and this is down. So yeah, it's still not quite going in there fast enough. Let me take a look. All right, well, it looks like it's smelting quick enough. I don't think putting on a forced induction would really do anything, but I don't know if, yeah, you see it's kind of hovering around 40, 45 MT, so like 50 to 55. That means like the output is pretty much matching the input. One option is, and these aren't really, okay, this one's filling up. So it should start backing up into here. But you see how it's kind of staying at around 6. Okay, so we're producing slightly more than we are using, which means eventually that's going to back up, which isn't the greatest thing because I don't know how big that lithium vein that we're going through is. But if we look down here at our quarry, we've excavated farther than we can actually see. Like, it's not even rendering the blocks down that low, so that's kind of nice. I don't know how much regular stuff we're getting, but again, we always have the option. If it really comes down to it, we could always I think you can macerate this stuff, right? Well, I know you can macerate that stuff, so we're clearing out inventory. I have so many of these, I don't even want them anymore. I do have some crap though. I don't have any lithium ore on me. Let me go grab some and see if we can macerate it. I wonder if these bug parts are going to give me anything. That'd be interesting. We'll see it right here. I don't think I'll have a chance to merge back on that belt, but at least some of this stuff is moving. That an issue that we do have though is that this all converges onto one line. It's just slow, you know. Oh, look at that! Is that nickel? Ladies and gentlemen, smelting bug parts or macerating bug parts might be a thing. Can I macerate this stuff too? Oh my gosh, you can macerate like everything. What does it give me? Anything? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I didn't know about this. I didn't know this is something you could do. So I can just get rid of all the stuff I don't want. Will it take a lithium ore? It will. Oh man. See, normally I would just feed it all in here, right? But that means I would have to mess around with the filters, and that's not really something I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? I guess I could put filters on these going this way for lithium ore only, and then just completely have it all bypass this set of filters and somehow re-engage the system over here to macerate. That's just a little ridiculous. I don't think I need to be doing that, but I mean, there is some movement, so that's not bad. Like I said, we always have the option of like dealing with pipes and doubling up, and that's kind of a bright side to this whole system, is that it's very modular and it's very expandable. It's just to actually expand it is just kind of tedious, and I think it's going okay right now. Look at our missile production is through the roof. Like, we are completely backed up on missiles. It looks like our fuel is just fine. What are we short on? Or it's just a time thing at this point. And that's kind of another good thing about this. If it comes down to it and this isn't keeping up, if we have the empty canisters and we have the resin, then we can always add more refineries. We can just, the more refineries you have, the faster they process, and the bigger internal power buffer. So that's always an option to expand our ability to produce the fuel. But I think we're okay for now. I don't see, we're not having a hold up. The production is a hold up, not the raw material. So, and I think we're doing okay over here. Like, we still have 2,000 in there, you know, so that is not an issue. We're producing the fuel just fine. Yeah, fuel production's backed up. These guys look like they're doing just fine. This is being used right now, so that's doing just fine. Yeah, we're killing it over here. Okay, so then next is going to be a Falcor. I think the Falcor should be the next thing we do. And by the next thing I do, I mean the next thing I make a video on. I'm probably, and again, check my Twitter for details on when I'm actually going to go live, but I think I'm going to be doing a live stream where I'm going to complete the whole outside wall of the castle. And that means everything from putting all the defenses in place. And if some of you who might have been eagle-eyed might have noticed, I'm starting to build up Mark V battery components, because I want to, you know, set these up. When I build these, I want them to be built. I want them to be functional. I want my outer perimeter to just function correctly, because it'll be huge for defense, especially for these little things, because with the amount of lasers I can throw onto a Mark V battery or a series of Mark V batteries, these kind of little incursions will definitely stop. And then once we get the missiles hooked back up and firing, definitely that'll end everything. And it'll stop me from getting all these little drops in here that my beacons aren't really picking up. So there's a lot still to optimize and a lot I want to do, but I would love having the real-time feedback in the stream. So like I said, check the Twitter for details on the live stream. My Twitch will be in the description if you guys need that. And with all that said, I think I'm going to call this an episode right here. This one's going to end up probably being a little bit shorter after it's all edited than a normal episode, but I kind of just want to tie up some loose ends and kind of get things in a state where now I don't really have to think about what's going on too much. And I think we've done that with the missiles. We are getting all the imbued missiles we need. You know, we've already got 1,000. We've got 1,000 imbued missiles so far, and that is going to be amazing for when we hook everything up. And you know, I wasn't too pleased with how we how we distributed the missiles in the first place, how we got them up here. So I want to see if, you know, there's another way that we can kind of get that going. Maybe, I don't know if this, I doubt this would be a great way to do it from a speed perspective, but I want to incorporate logistics Falcors somehow into this base because I think it would look super cool, and you know, the way the Falcors run, it's just kind of fun. So anyways, guys, with all that, thanks so much for sticking around. Again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Throw me comments down below. Let me know, you know, what you guys think about how I'm running all this. If you got any tips or tricks with missiles or missile distribution, let me know down below. I'd love to hear them. And with that, guys, we'll see you in the next one.